Hi, my name is Nate Schwab, and I'm today talking to you about the future of wearables and the smart home and how that's all going to impact our lives in the future. I'm going to start with where we are with wearables today, where we are with the smartphone today, and then I'm going to extrapolate 5, 10, 15 years in the future. What is it going to be like? What is it going to be like to have everything in our environment connected, smart, and personalized for us? So we'll start here. I'm going to talk about wearables in the smart home. This is for OLPD 2811, Societies of the Future at the University of Minnesota. And I want to start with the Apple Watch. The Apple Watch, obviously there were many wearables that came before this product by Apple, but based on what a lot of people have said, I mean, wearables has not caught on. It has not been something that you see widespread. The only possible exception to that is Fitbit. And so with Apple throwing their weight behind wearables, it's clear that this is the future, and this is where consumer electronics are going. Now, I actually have a smartwatch. I have the Apple Watch myself. I got it right when it came out, and I've been pretty thrilled with it. There it is. You have your different watch faces, and it is telling me what time, what my next appointment is, my activity for the day, and those colored rings right there, and then that is the temperature right there. And basically, you can, it's constantly monitoring your body. And so right now, it acts as also kind of augmenting your smartphone, so I get all of my notifications here. So right now, this is the first version of the Apple Watch, and all of the other wearables in the market, whether it's Android or Fitbit, they're all very simplistic in terms of what they could be. And part of that is computing power and battery. Those are limitations. But let's extrapolate into the future a little bit. Once we have incredibly long-lasting battery life, once we have new sensors that are able to even more accurately monitor our vitals and our environment, not just our body, but also the environment around us. You know, I'm talking glucose levels in our blood, our body temperature, our monitoring sleep. That's something the Apple Watch does not do right now. But also barometric pressure, the air quality. These are all things that in the future it is not unreasonable to suggest that anything on our body, it doesn't even have to be a watch, it could be a necklace, it could be a shirt, will be able to tell us instantly everything that we will need to know about our surroundings and our body. So how does that connect with the smart home? Well, let me just pull this up here. There will be 75 billion connected devices by 2020. That is the official projection out there. And a lot of that will happen because the cost of sensors to embed, first of all, they're very small, and also they're going to be ubiquitous and cheap. So we're going to have connected devices like coffee makers, beds, refrigerators, the pet's water dish, that sort of thing. And that's going to, once you have that and you have devices that can talk to each other, that really lays the foundation for the actual smart home that we've been talking about for decades. But now we're on the cusp of realizing that. So what does it look like now? Well, we have the Nest smart thermostats have actually been probably one of the first things that I ever heard of that was actually coming to market that would be considered a smart home device. Nest connects to the internet and is able to set the temperature that remotely or through a smartphone. Preferences with it a few times, and it'll actually turn down the heat when they have noticed historically that you want the heat turned down, etc. The other one on the right there is Philips Smart Hue, and these are internet connected lights, and you can basically through a smartphone app, control the light, you know, which color it is, you control the intensity, you can activate them when you're not home, you can set schemes. So say you have dinner, you know, you want to have a dinner theme, you can press a button and the lights will go exactly to your specified theme for dinner. And then say you want to watch a movie and you have set the lights that they're going to be blue during a movie and they're going to go down to 20% brightness. You know, those are all the sort of things that you can do with that. So we're on the cusp of way, way more. So what would a day look like in the future then, using wearables and smart devices in your home? Let's bring it all together. And I'm going to actually quickly show you. This is the Wired article. It's from actually almost exactly a year ago. It's a Wired article by Robert So, and he basically posits, and this is where I kind of got all of my information from, is that smart homes in the future will be personalized, and the wearable readings from these, you know, your heartbeat, will intimately and meaningfully connect with the devices in our house to basically personalize every experience and digitize and automate what we do now, turning off lights, making coffee. All this stuff will happen automatically. And the key is going to be wearables. Now, imagine this. You wake up in the morning and you walk downstairs to the kitchen. Because you are wearing something, the home, and it's connected to the home, your home knows that you are the one that's in the room. It will turn on the lights. It will bring up a person. Say you have like a video screen on the wall, a TV. It's going to bring up your personalized Twitter feed, your Facebook feed, your emails. Like everything is going to be personalized to you because it knows that you're in the room. It's going to turn on the lights. It's going to ask you, you know, maybe your refrigerator will ask you if you want orange juice or coffee, or maybe it knows that you've been sick recently, so it's going to recommend that you take some ibuprofen or Tylenol. At that point, the coffee maker may start brewing as soon as it knows that you've woken up upstairs in your bedroom. It's probably, you know, basically all this stuff that's happening right now that we can access on our smartphone. It's all stuff that's here. It's going to happen automatically because, and you know, personal assistants like Siri, Cortana, what's the other one? I don't use, isn't there Google Now? These are all going to be, I think, the building blocks of the smart home because you're going to have somebody that you can talk to and is going to be ubiquitous and everywhere and can control all of your devices. Keys are no longer going to be a thing because your home will be able to tell when you walk up to the door, oh, that's him, because that's his heartbeat, that's his wearable, that's his fingerprint, whatever, that's his body temperature. And we're basically just going to be able to walk in and say you always want the radio playing when you walk in. That'll happen. The AC, I mean, basically anything that you can think of that you do right now. Another thing, smart toilets will probably monitor your urine and let you know if there's something wrong or out of place, or maybe you have a deficiency of B vitamins or you're dehydrated. I mean, I could go on with this, the smart home of the future and how that's going to interact with our bodies. But it's beyond the scope of this specific talk here. Basically, the reason why this hasn't happened yet, technically the technology is there. It just hasn't been cost effective yet, and there's no infrastructure. And so that's why it's important that companies like Apple, companies like Google, companies like Samsung are creating these languages. They're creating the base for different devices to talk to each other. HomeKit is probably the best example by Apple that's going to integrate with Siri. So you can tell Siri now if you have Philip lights. You can say, all right, Siri, set the dinner scene, and she'll just go ahead and do it. So it's very exciting what's going to happen in the future, and I cannot wait for the smart home, and this is just the beginning. Thank you.